Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my WIP and Chat. WIP stands for work in progress. So grab whatever craft, hobby it is that you're currently working on, or go take a walk, do a chore, and let me chat with you for a while. I know it has been quite a while since I have touched base with all of you again, and I am sorry about that. I'm sure as many of you have guessed, it's just been a little hectic around here lately. It is the end of the school year. I have 4 kids, and so that results in a lot of end-of-year celebrations and recitals and sporting events, and so it has just been go, go, go for the last couple weeks, at least. But I had a quick little minute right now to sit down, actually work on a craft again. I have not gotten a whole lot of this diamond painting done since over 2 weeks ago with my last WIP and Chat. And again, that's just a reflection of how busy it has been. I will have a small interruption coming up pretty soon because I do have some children coming home from school, so I'll take a little pause then, but hopefully I can return very shortly after that. All right, so what am I working on? I like to start out every episode just with a quick brief overview, and generally it doesn't change a whole lot, and that is true in this case as well. Everything I am using is exactly the same as my last WIP and Chat. My beautiful, gorgeous canvas is from Jaded Gem Shop, and this piece is called Blooming Alone, and it's beautiful, and I am still using all of the same accessories. I have my same pin here from Jim's Handmade Pins, although I am really wanting to get another pen. I love this one, but even I am reaching the point of like, okay, I need a little bit more variety in my life. So I want another pen very similar to this, and I've talked about it before. And I keep checking Butterfly Effect Wares, I believe is the company, because I was actually directed there by one of you, a viewer, who said, go check her out. She will be able to make what you want. However, between her not having availability right now and us, me being flat broke, it just hasn't come to fruition quite yet. But I at least have this one pen and I love it. And my drill tray and my trash drill trash drill tray are both from Bella Art de Nicole. The wax, no, I'm not using any wax. The putty that I'm using in my 4-placer is still from Mary Making Crafts. And I'm using a glue dot in my single placer. This is the Mary Mud that I'm using. I'll try and leave that in screen so you can see that too. I don't think there's anything else that I need to show you as far, oh, well, the tape, I guess. Here we go. The washi tape is from Simply Gilded, except for my edge tape. This is my standard. This is like Scotch Crafts or something like that. This is my favorite washi tape in the world. I use it pretty much exclusively to go around the edge of my paintings because it is the only washi tape that I have found, even Simply Gilded, where it does not roll on the edges. When I do peel it off from the canvas, it does not like peel anything up. It doesn't leave any weird gunk behind. It is a very clean removal. And I kind of like the glitter here, and it comes in a variety of solid colors that I can often match with my canvas. In fact, most of the time I end up leaving the tape on because it looks so good with my canvas. If I remember, I have not linked to this tape in a long time. So if I remember, I will put this in the notes below as well. It's just, I find it on Amazon. I think you can probably find it at a lot of brick and mortar stores as well because it is a Scotch brand. All right, so let's get started with what is going on. So first thing I want to do is show you my coolest Mother's Day present. Look at this ink pen. My daughter made this. So my 6th grade daughter is finishing up her very first semester in wood shop. And it turns out this child has a real knack for woods. I am so impressed. My middle daughter, Veda, took 2 semesters of wood shop. She enjoyed it, but she wasn't really very good at it. So 2 semesters was enough for her. My youngest daughter has already completed, I think, more projects in 1 semester than her older sister completed in 2 semesters. She is currently trying to hurry up and finish a fishing pole to give to her dad for Father's Day. However, it's an ice fishing pole. At the level she's at, that's the only thing that she can make currently is an ice fishing pole. My husband is never, ever, ever going to go ice fishing, but it's a really cool gift, and it's something that I know he will have displayed for the rest of his life. Versus this ink pen is very usable. It's just a twist top here. But the fact that she was able to do, I mean, I don't know if I can get this in decent focus. Probably not. But the fact that she was able to turn, this is such a fine piece of wood, and then to stick, you know, I don't want to take it apart at all. But then, you know, to stick the insides into this, I mean, I am so impressed. And it's very, very smooth. There is no, there's no like roughness on here at all. She just did such a good job. I am so impressed. So anyway, if she does manage to get that fishing pole done, she's starting to get nervous because she keeps having interruptions that are not allowing her to get her fishing pole done. And by interruptions, I mean things like the honors trip to a trampoline park that happened yesterday. There's something else going on this week too that she's like, oh, so I won't have shop that day either. So I mean, like, good things are what's keeping her from being able to have class. Last week, she and Veda went to a Women in STEM conference on the other side of the state. So she didn't have shop that day either. So she's getting frustrated and very worried that she's not going to be able to get it done in time. And of course, I'm trying to tell her to just relax, calm down. I'm sure if she talks with the teacher, we can work something out where maybe she can finish it next year. Maybe she can take what she has done with her and work on it. You know, we actually, she would maybe, they're very, very busy people, but the head coach of, are you guys ready for this? The head coach of the high school wrestling team. I'm laughing. If you're new, I'm laughing because without fail, I end up talking about wrestling, like guaranteed. I love the sport of wrestling, even though this is a crafting channel and basically none of my viewers know a thing about the sport, although that's not true. Because if you have been watching for a while, you are learning quite a bit. Like you will have picked up a few things by now. Anyway, the head coach of the high school wrestling team is also the wood shop teacher for the high school. And we do know the family pretty well, that I think we could probably work something out where maybe she could go over there. She's friends actually with his youngest son, and I bet she could finish it up there. So there are plenty of options available to her. But I am so impressed with what she, in fact, you know what? I'm so impressed. I'm going to leave this pen right up here by my Mary Mud and keep it in frame for my video because I think it is so awesome. She did such a good job. So I'm not even sure how to begin with everything that has been going on lately. It has been, it's just, there's so much. Like if I had the time, I could probably sit and just talk for the next 2 hours straight. Don't worry, I won't be doing that because I don't have the time to do that. I guess let's do a sports recap first. So where we left off, sports / extracurricular activities recap. So where we left off, my youngest, my number 1 and number 3, were finishing up their track seasons, which they did do. Their last track meet for both of them, there were no PRs that day, no personal records that day, but it was also a very hot day. Hold on, I have an intruder here. Yes, I do. Alfie, I know, you're so angry you can't get back here. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. My dog, my poor bulldog over here, looking at me with the sad face, trying to get back here by me. And I have him appropriately blocked off today so he can't. Oh, I know, poor guy. Poor buddy. The girls will be home soon. Yeah? And then you'll have your snuggle buddy and Evie. Yeah. It's okay. So anyway, the last track meet, it was a really warm day. In fact, I would say hot. It was a hot day. And especially when your body has not acclimated to the heat yet, it's hard. You know, it's hard to get peak performance in those conditions. So I was not surprised or sad really to see that they could not get a PR with their last meet. I know there was a little bit of disappointment there by both of them, but you know, I think they understood too that really it was not a likely day to see it happen. However, they both did show improvement this past season, especially, I gotta say, my oldest, Sylvia. Her form going over hurdles improved so much. The dog is, oh my goodness. Oh, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, here he comes. I thought I blocked off my little nook good enough that Alfie couldn't get back here. Yeah, hi. He obviously took this as a personal challenge. And now here he is. Yes. Hello. So, all right. So now you're going to hear snorting and snoring probably going on in the background. And I'm just going to apologize for that now. But I figure if he was able to force his way back here, I can't kick him out. Like, I can't do it. I feel like he earned it. So now he's back here with me. Oh, bulldogs are stubborn. They're so stubborn. You say no. He says, I will take that as a definite maybe. And I will continue to fight that tooth and nail till either you give in or I just find a way to do it myself. So, okay. Yeah, there you go. So that was track season ended. Last week they had like their end of year party and they had, I think it was like a water balloon fight. They both came home really happy. They had a good time. And so it was a really good season for them. Oh, I guess I was saying that Sylvia, my oldest, her form for hurdles has improved so much this year, so much that if she keeps going in that direction, I think she'll end up doing okay. I've mentioned it before and I feel like I should probably say it again. My children are not athletes. They are not athletes and they know it. But the fact that they still have sports that they love doing and they still go out there and they still compete, I think speaks volumes for their character as well as the fact that they are comfortable with who they are. You know, they acknowledge, I will never be the best at this. It's never going to happen. I love my children so much. And in some ways, I admire them more for sticking with the sport and continuing to work at it and try and improve. knowing that they will never, ever be like a state champion. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I know all of you are like, well, never say never. You never know. And okay, yeah, I mean, I guess technically that's true, but I know my kids. So I have such huge respect and admiration for each of them and what they're doing, and the fact that they are, continuing to try and improve themselves and work on themselves. I think that's huge. Just huge. Oh boy. Alfie, what are you doing? Okay. Hold on. The dog is now getting explorative back here, which is why I don't generally let him back here. Oh boy, let me just move a few things around here so that the dog will hopefully be a little less destructive now. All right. Oh, sorry, that was my bad, Alfie. Okay, hold on. Let me get that box. Okay, you're fine now. Oh, now he thinks he wants back out because I'm done. You're fine. Now he's thinking about it. But yeah, now he's like, well, if you're going to cause a headache for me, Mom, I'm just going to leave. Oh, see, now he can't figure out how to get out. After working so hard to get in, now he's baffled. But I also don't think he's highly motivated either. But I bet as soon as the girls get home, the motivation level will shift. And then he'll become highly motivated to try and figure out how to get back out. Also, daughter number 3 finished up volleyball. Just like a intramural type volleyball thing that she was doing. She loved it. She also improved since last year. Volleyball is hard, and quite often it is a sport that you don't start playing till you are a bit older. The fact that they started this, kind of independent, really almost more of a club between just a few of the local schools to get some 5th and 6th grade girls involved in the sport, I think is huge. Because then when they do start playing in 7th grade, they actually have a little bit of practice and experience already. Otherwise, you start playing volleyball competitively in 7th grade, and it's not fun to watch. Because you don't see a whole lot of volleying going on. It is a lot of spikes that don't manage to go over the net, serves that don't manage to go over the net, a lot of dead balls that happen. So letting the girls have an opportunity to put in a little bit of practice before the 7th grade, before they can start playing for school, I think is fantastic. And it's so neat. It's such a short little program. They only have 4 competitions. The whole program takes about 5 weeks total. So super short. But to see the improvement in just those 5 weeks is really pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. And that's why I love middle school and high school sports, because of the improvement that you can see, because it is so evident. Just like the one cool thing about teaching elementary school, which is not my strong area at all. I have done it, and I've done it on a long-term basis, and even in special ed. But the one really neat thing that you can always witness in the early grades is how much change and growth happens over the course of the school year. And it's very satisfying. And it's just really, really neat to see. And you get to still see that in middle school sports, especially, and also some at the high school level as well, especially in something like wrestling, where a lot of kids will start wrestling their freshman year of high school without having actually wrestled in middle school, or maybe only did a year or two in middle school. Middle school wrestling is pretty laid back. And so they start out possibly never having wrestled before. And by the end of the season, you have a kid that you're like, wow, this kid could go somewhere by his senior year of high school. Like, I think he could make it to the state finals. So it's really, I don't know. I love being able to see, I guess I just love seeing people improve. I guess that's the bottom line. I just love seeing people improve. You know, acknowledging, hey, you've put in a lot of work and practice and time, and look at how far you've come. I guess that's what I greatly enjoy witnessing. So there you go. So volleyball is now done, track is done, and dance is done for another not even 2 weeks. My son had his dance recital on Saturday. He did awesome. He loved it. He loves to dance. He really, truly loves to dance. And he did a good job. He looked like all of the other kids on stage, which, you know, at first grade, 7 years old, means that he didn't look awesome as far as like dancing goes. But he did look awesome for being a 7-year-old boy on stage. Does that make any sense? But he had the time of his life. And one thing that's really fun that they do at the end of the recital is they have what's called a dance party, which they bring on all of the dancers from the recital onto the stage, and they play music, and then they have like streamers go off and the kids get to dance around. He loves that part, just loves it. And of course, my kid being my kid, they launch these streamers, and then my kid keeps finding the streamers back and throwing them up in the air repeatedly because that's what my kid does. He had a tap and a hip hop number. He looked great in both. His hip hop class, I actually later learned, was comprised of some girls who this was their 5th year dancing already. My son's only been in dance for 2 years. So, you know, these are girls that would have started when they were 3-4 years old. But still, 5 years of dancing, and my son held his own on the stage with them. So that I think is pretty good. I think that's a testament to the teacher and, you know, her instruction. And I think it's a testament to Havelock too, and his ability to pay attention and to learn, and just his joy in doing it. But it's an adorable recital because there are some pretty little kids in there. So you get these little girls and their tutus, and they come out there, and, you know, it looks like they can barely walk, much less dance. And it's just so sweet. So sweet. My son, he he made sure that he got his bows in at the end of a performance. They would be walking off stage, and he'd like turn around, pause to take a really deep bow. Like, wait a minute, I need to get my bow in. So he'd turn around and take a deep bow and then head off. Oh, and here are some children right now.
Hello there.
Hello, children. So I'm going to pause for a minute and I'll be right back.